One of my favorite places to hang out in Torrance is the Del Amo Fashion Center, and now that Mitsuwa is here, I love this place even more. If you're in the mood for some fast and delicious Japanese food, you're at the right place.
Oh, I got a bento box with salmon and tempura, like a potato ball.
I came here with my Japanese friend because I don't know if you know takoyaki, but we love takoyaki.
I got a teriyaki bowl, so it's pretty good so far.
Located at the spot where Marshall's used to be, hungry customers take advantage of this patio seating area which reopened late July.
It allows us to still do what we used to do before the pandemic happened, so it still gives us a bit of freedom, but also, keeping protected, keeping your distance. So.
The dining area fills up quickly, but never reaches its pre-COVID maximum capacity of more than 500 people.
6 feet apart, that cut most of our seating. I would say maybe 100, 150 seating out here. We have senior hours. Saturday we have from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. For entering the store, a mask is required. We also require social distancing of 6 feet.
Noda describes the marketplace as a mini mall, which has more than a dozen vendors. They offer a variety of goods and services, including books, groceries, savory dishes, and sweet desserts.
It's amazing. I'm so glad this place is here because so I don't have to import stuff from Japan, every single snacks and everything. I love this place.
Shoppers from all backgrounds have been coming by consistently since this new location opened in late February.
They're really excited to see what Japan is like, so they come eat, they come look at the stationery, they come look at the makeup, and it's a lot of first time for everybody, so it's really great for them.
Customers say they'll keep coming by to shop and eat local.
My family has a small business. My dad's a mechanic. So COVID hit us hard, and it's good to support your own community, give back like that.
Meanwhile, Tony Ruiz, who manages Mugimaru and Toritetsu, hopes more people will drop by to try their freshly made udon, donburi, or tempura.
Please come visit us and try our food, so you will be happy.
You can check out Mitsuwa Marketplace on social media to learn more. In Torrance, I'm Christine Lee.
What's up, guys? Leslie Robbins here. The coronavirus pandemic shut down so many businesses, but one medical spa is here to stay and is bringing the magic back to its clients. Miss Julie, here we are at your one-stop shop for mind, body, soul, but things are way different than they used to be. We're masked up, 6 feet apart. How is this even possible in the beauty industry? Explain how your business has survived COVID-19.
Well, first off, welcome to Cala Bloom, formerly known as Aesthetica Medical Spa and Hydroption. Things have changed quite a bit. How did we survive? Wow. A little bit of luck and also a lot of communications with our clients.
Julie, you said welcome, but it's actually welcome back. Of course, I was here just prior to the pandemic closing down everything. I was here for the beauty aspect, for the hydroption aspect with the sports desk. Athletes get the IV often. COVID hit. The segment never aired. Now I'm excited to be back to show people what you guys were like before and that you're back and better than ever.
Oh, absolutely. Leslie, we relocated in February. We launched Hydroption in February, 1 month prior to COVID. And it was scary. It was scary for all of us.
Even when the pandemic was in full effect, everything was shut down, I'm on your email list, and you were sending out emails to your clients consistently, giving people updates on the business and sending out products if people needed it.
Well, our clients are like our family, Leslie, and I just felt like this is my other family that I need to take care of. And that's why it's so important that we have that communication.
They walk through the doors now. Your business is open. People can come in. What are the procedures? I should show my feet right now because when I came in, I had to put these over my shoes just as you have on your shoes. Everyone that comes in, we're wearing masks. Of course, we're 6 feet apart. What happens when people come in here? Because this business, it's all about personal connection and touching and being very close. So how does that happen in this space?
Well, we wanted to make sure that our space is safe and stress-free. That's one thing that's important for our clients. So first thing we did was when they come in and park, they would have to text us to make sure that the coast is clear. Once we know that the clinic is clear and our rooms are cleaned, we would text back to them and let them know that they can come by. And when they come up, we have them put on the booties, check their temperature, and also use hand sanitizers. As soon as that happens, we send them straight to the room. So there's no traffic. After the treatment, we also try to avoid traffic to make sure that, when they walk out, they walk straight out. We can check them out in the room, we can make their appointment in the room, and it's a stress-free visit.
Let's talk about when the clients are in the treatment rooms. You're doing very close-up treatments. How is this possible?
Well, we implement very strict safety measures. I'm actually wearing a triple layer mask, and we also have a face shield. And so we wash our hands prior to every client. We don gloves. We're very, very careful.
What has allowed you to reopen and maintain such a thriving business while so many other people have not?
Leslie, that's a great question. I have to say it's our loyal clients. They trust us. They know that I'm going to be safe and they're going to be well taken care of. And that's what brings them back. I'm a registered nurse. Medical spas are allowed to open under the guidelines of a medical director. And as a registered nurse, I'm able to perform the facials, the Botoxes, the fillers, injectables, laser treatments, and anything that we have under our service.
When you guys opened, what were some of the beauty treatments that people were craving to get done?
Leslie, would you believe I went through 10 vials of Botox?
Is that a lot?
Oh, huge, huge. I usually use, one vial a week or so. We went through 10 like that. We do a lot of grooming needs. Of course, there's another service that is highly popular and it's important at this time is IV therapy. And our sister company, Hydroption, they didn't experience any closure and they've been servicing the community and everybody's been very, very happy.
Oh, I know Hydroption. I know Nurse Israel. When I was here last time, I'm gonna go check in with him to see how things are going now.
That's awesome.
So Israel, Hydroption is the second part of this space. It's IV therapy. I was here back in March, right before the lockdown, but you guys never had to close your doors. Tell me about that.
We are a medical facility under the supervision of our physicians, our medical directors, that we have provided an essential treatments to our community here, to our clients, in helping them stay healthy, providing overall wellness, boosting the immune system through IV therapy, which is a more effective way of receiving these nutrients, these micronutrients, into one's body.
Now, when I was here, it was for my show, The Sports Desk, and I was looking into why athletes use IV treatments. Now it's a lot of people. How is it helping people?
Well, it falls down to the way it's received into the body. When you want to take something orally, your GI system or your intestines, your stomach, through the enzymes break down about 50% of what you consume, which only leaves about 50% available for your body to actually absorb. When you go through the IV route, you have 100% bioavailability. That means 100% of the nutrients that I infuse through the IV is available for your body to use. Does it absorb 100% of it? Not always, but in theory it can absorb 100% of all those nutrients, which your body can now use more effectively.
How are you keeping yourself safe? How are you keeping the client safe?
We've implemented a lot of safety rules here. We do a lot of pre-screening. Once they clear that screening and they come to their appointment, which is only appointment-based, we accept no walk-ins. Then they go through a screening to actually enter the facility. Temperature check for fever. They don our nice little booties and they use hand sanitizers, and of course they have their mask. and then they come on back here into our IV lounge, and we only take one person at a time unless they're in the same household. We wear a mask, our clients wear a mask, we wash our hands, we sanitize the treatment areas constantly. Always use gloves, and all our equipment is sterile.
What do you offer, and has your menu changed now that COVID is here?
Our menu has changed just slightly. We had a name change just for the treatments, just to really emphasize what exactly your end goal is going to be. So our most popular one that has become popular now in this time, and actually very necessary, is our immune boosting hydration. We have a blend of vitamins and minerals in that bag of fluid, but our main components are the very powerful glutathione antioxidant, high dose vitamin C, and a dose of zinc. Those three combinations help boost that immune system, get it working at a more optimal level. It helps fight off anything that could potentially attack your body, give you a better fighting chance.
When I was here, I was a little bit under the weather. I had a pretty bad cold, and I felt like I was on top of the world the next day. So it really did make me feel better. But you're not saying, listen, if you have COVID, come get an IV treatment. It doesn't work like that.
It does not work like that. These IV treatments do not prevent you from getting COVID. It does not cure you from COVID. It just gives your body a better chance to fight off whatever virus, bacterial infection you may acquire. Getting the proper hydration does so many wonders for your skin. So you come here for your immune system boost, and you walk out with a nice little glow because you're very hydrated.
This place is literally somewhere where you can go to look good and feel good.
That's correct. We try to tailor everything that we do here to help you bring the best version of you out.
Hi there, I'm Christine with Torrance Citi Cable, and today I am out here at Smog City Brewing with Lori Porter, one of the owners here. We got together a few weeks ago and I created a story that I wanted you to watch.
May would have been our 9-year anniversary at Smog. Last 2 years we've had these giant events out in our parking lot, and we invite all of our customers in and we have a big celebration, and this year we did it on Zoom.
Adjusting to new norms has been the story of Lori Porter's life since the coronavirus pandemic threatened to shut down her family business.
I keep joking that craft beer is clearly essential because people continue to buy it, but really the truth is that customers are really invested in small businesses and companies that they're loyal and love.
When the stay-at-home mandate began, Lori said she had to take a step back and reassess how to move forward.
We took it down to bare bones. We canceled every subscription. We canceled every expense that we could not have. We took all of our employees, and they were either absolutely essential to continue or we had to furlough them for a short term.
Determined to transform every obstacle into an opportunity, she and her team started to think outside the box. For example,
we got a phone call from our distributor saying, hey, we've got all these kegs that we purchased in the 2 or 3 weeks before the safer at home mandate, and there's no bars and restaurants. So now you're going to have to buy back oodles, hundreds and hundreds of kegs from us. And we started doing the numbers. We're like, this is insane. We can't after what we have taken, the hit we've taken over COVID, we can't now double down on this debt from our distributor.
Still, she says they bought back some of the beer, started a Save Our Beer campaign, and even hand-delivered them to their customers for the first time.
We always thought it would be fun to deliver beer, and seeing the smiles on the customers' faces made it so amazing.
Another problem they faced was having to rebrand beers that were already slated for release.
And when my husband told me that Daily Breeze was ready to release on the Wednesday after the Safer at Home mandate, I was like, that is the worst name. Nobody wants to see a beer called Daily Breeze in the middle of the scariest pandemic in the history of all of us. And so we instantly changed it to Quarantine Machine, and it took off.
Now, Lori says they're introducing a series of 5 COVID-19 inspired beers, each one getting stronger than the last, all wearing a mask, pairing well with uncertainty, and best enjoyed 6 feet apart.
You know, the first month and a half, it was really unstable. There was a lot of insecurity and fear. You're going back and forth trying to figure out how to either save your company or whether you're going to close or whether regulations are going to change. But in that time, we also found and sort of dug really deep into our skill set of survival instincts and found an amazing strength in our company to be able to pivot it to new opportunities and new outlets very quickly to survive and then sort of to come out in an equilibrium.
Learning to roll with the punches allowed Smog City to rehire most of its employees.
Toby here is actually transferring one of my favorite sour browns into Binny, which is this big, beautiful barrel. We call the beer Binny and the Bretts. But yeah, so I think we had 28 employees before COVID. All of them but 2 have come back, and we're actually looking at hiring employees.
As the world continues to reopen, Lori says they're actually planning to expand beyond their 3 existing locations.
We have a 4th tap room that's been in the works for 2 years. It was supposed to open in June, and of course with COVID everything slowed down, but now the developers say they're going to be opening as soon as possible. So that one is Glendora Public Market. It's in Glendora out the 210. It's going to be such a beautiful space. It's an old historic Wonder Bread facility. I think our licensed space where you can actually drink our beer is about 5,000 square feet. So it's enormous. It's got indoor and outdoor. There's going to be food vendors throughout the marketplace that you can get food from. I'm excited about it, but it's also scary because moving into a whole nother business in the middle of this is daunting. Welcome home, Mama and Papa. When you had done so much work, just sit down here and have a beer. And then there's an arrow saying, beer!
Lori and her husband prioritize their son as they work together during this pandemic and hope they can teach him a valuable lesson.
I think it's inspiring for him to see what we've done and how we work. We always joke that he's the 3rd board member because he's always in the middle of all the conversations, and he actually has a lot of opinions. So I think it's a dynamic and rich life that he's living. I focus on him a lot. I take him to school in the morning, I go to work, I pick him up from school in the afternoon. Now I'm with him all day, and so I really prioritize family. I prioritize him as the next generation, that if I fail him, then what's the point of doing well with Smog? So it's challenging. You know, I always love those, I love the memes where it's just like moms just can't be perfect in everything. You're going to fail at all of it. But at least we're working really hard and trying, and we're filled with love, and we love our business and our jobs and our family. So.
Lori says she's excited to welcome back Smog City fans as tap rooms reopen.
Tap rooms will look different. We're going to be expanding our licensed premises here into the parking lot. There'll be more outdoor patio space, open air space to give us room for customers to have separation, but also have the open air with plenty of circulation.
She hopes their beers have helped them to stay afloat during these hard times.
I told my husband on the first week, I said, what would be most important to me through the next who knows how long, we thought it would be a month or 2, was for our customers to have had Smog with them during the pandemic, so that we were part of the positive side of it, that they thought back and said like, oh yeah, we had those happy hours with saber-tooth squirrel or coffee porter got me through my evenings. Now that we've spent 3 months apart, it's going to be even more important to find connectivity and to come back together.
Lori sent me home with a few of her favorite beers. This one is called White Peach Saison. It is actually made with farmers market peaches. Isn't that cool? This is coffee porter. It's her absolute favorite. And then I love the artwork on these. It's called From LA with Love. And I think it pretty much summarizes why I love craft breweries so much, especially during a time like this. It reminds me that I'm a part of this beautiful LA community, especially during the moments that I'm feeling isolated or lonely because of COVID-19. Well, Lori, since we filmed that story together, so much has changed, as things typically do these days with this pandemic.
Yeah, it feels like our business changes by the hour at this point. You know, we're constantly adjusting and adapting to the situations that are coming down from the state and county. Right after you and I met, we were able to open our tap room for a blessed 2 weeks, and it was amazing. We had a 4,000 square foot outdoor patio seating area with food vendors that showed up every day, and it was a really wonderful and invigorating time. And then unfortunately, as you know, we came up on the rollbacks, and so breweries in LA County are actually not allowed to partner with caterers or third-party vendors like a food truck anymore. unless you have your own kitchen on site, you can't be open. So we've had to roll back to go sales and home delivery, and adjusting back to the old ways.
So tell me about this reality of overcoming yet another obstacle, because we talked about so many ways you guys got creative during these difficult times. I mean, how's that momentum right now?
It's hard to get momentum. It's really difficult because we're, when we in the beginning, it was just go, reinvent, and then we got to the reopening phase, and we're like, okay, this is the new situation. We hired back all of our employees, we did all of our protocols, everything. It was a lot of complicated situations that happened, but we got up and running, and then we're almost immediately returned to pre-opening situation with the to-go. And unfortunately for us, fortunately for restaurants, but for us, restaurants are allowed to be open. And so we've not seen the bounce back of revenue that we were hoping. We haven't been able to return to that pre-reopening situation that we were in. So we're trying to be creative again. We're looking at ways to make our virtual marketplace more attractive, more educational, more engaging. We're working with our state and county associations to try and talk to the Board of Supervisors and LA County Health to figure out exactly why we have these limitations on our specific industry. So we're kind of at this point pivoting a little bit away from trying to be creative in our business and more pivoting towards trying to really understand what the regulations mean for us, how long they're going to last, and what we can do as we move forward.
And you said you have a lot of loyal customers that call on a daily basis?
All the time. Our staff is so fed up with it because they have to say no. So we get calls all day, every day, asking if they can drink on site. And of course, as soon as we say no, they go somewhere else. So it's difficult on our staff especially, because I think that they thrive on the community and the customer interaction. They really thrive on having a relationship with the customers that come in and our fans, and it's just been real tough.
And I mean, this is just one example of one brewery, but Torrance is known for having a lot of local craft breweries, and so it's affecting all of them, right?
Yeah, I think we have a small handful, one or two, that are allowed to be open because they have kitchens on site and a health department permit for that location. But all the rest are closed down. So, and back to go. Not technically closed, but they're selling to go and doing home delivery.
What is the one thing that you want viewers to take away from watching your story?
I think just, the same conversation we have all the time, even pre-COVID, which is support local, support small businesses. We're part of the community. We live here, we work here, we send our kids to school here, our employees come from here. We're an indelible part of Torrance, and we really hope that our customers will continue to show up and buy beer and take advantage of our home delivery options so that we can continue to make beer in Torrance and sort of weather the storm, as they say, and come out on the other side stronger.
Well, thank you, Lori, so much for spending a few minutes with me today.
Absolutely, Christine. Thank you for coming back and seeing me and checking in.
Definitely, and thank you so much for watching at home. We'll see you again soon.